podcast stupid. Now it's podcast stupid. Now it's podcast stupid.
Happy Thursday, fun stars. Dan and Deb are back. Debbie, how are you? You're on mute before you even try to talk.
Hey, there we go.
Are you wearing a Melton hat?
I am.
You are.
I'm wearing the NLO Onion Shark.
People are going to start thinking we're a pro Melton show. I don't know if I don't know how I feel about that, Deb.
Well, I have another one I was going to wear. It was a gift. Let me grab it.
As long as it's not a Shuley shirt, I guess we're good.
Right. Let's see.
Oh, another NLO. Where'd you get these?
Prezzies.
Prezzies? Okay.
This one I've had a while. I wore this one on Little Mirror with Addicted to Profits, and nobody noticed, so I wanted to see what he'd say.
Well, you're not going to see me wearing any Melton merchandise, folks, anytime soon. I am agnostic when it comes to that merch stuff.
Remember I said to you, I put the hat on because I had like Final Boss bangs going on. Final Boss knows what I'm talking about. Actually, Karmic bangs, because I got a haircut and they cut it real short. So I had to put a hat on. And this one, I don't like a flat bill. You know, I'm not like a wigger.
You're not, that's what the kids are wearing these days. The flat bill is the thing, man.
And it's too big, so I have to do a little work on this hat and bring it, alter it, bring it in a little bit. So, but I'll wear that maybe next week. That's the white and red onion shirt. Okay.
Well, Deb gets a pass. We're like a yin and a yang. Deb does her thing. I do my thing. I'm not. We don't do merch. I don't do merch. I don't even wear my own little merch, which I've gotten so much flack for. Oh my God, how dare Dan made Flex Fit hats from Vistaprint and gave them out to Johnny Carson and Teamster Tim and everybody else. It's so funny. But I do Under Armour. If you want to give me a sponsorship, we could do that, or a little get a little Balenciaga going for the. Because you gotta keep it fresh here on the show. But we are back like Voltron, reassembled together. Dan and Deb, they said it wouldn't happen. They said it couldn't be done. We're back. Just to let everybody know, we're going members only here in about 2 seconds. So make sure that I'm just kidding. We're not going members.
I was gonna say we're doing that.
This is gonna be a Patreon only show tonight, everyone. So please sign up for the Patreon. We're gonna be kicking out the pores. We're not going to be reading any free chat tonight. It's going to be a short show. What are some of the other ones? What are the other ones that they do? The other dog whistles, Deb?
We're all caught up.
We're all caught up. I guess short show. So yeah, all the dog whistles. You don't get the dog whistles on Nice Podcast Stupid. That's not this show that we're about. But we do appreciate people that support the show, and we do have some great. I see some people that are awesome in the chat, which is awesome. But we also have the Stephen Bravo. There's some rumors that he might have alter egos and alt accounts, but we know him as Stephen Bravo. Thank you, Stephen. Do I have a little interstitial I can play for? Let's play this one. I got all these little videos, and I'm gonna be like Chad. I'm gonna be so gay like Chad with all my little videos because I got some new ones. So we'll play them. So hey, if you want to buy a membership or gift a membership, and we'll play one for you. And if someone gifts you or gives it to you, please thank them, as they always say. Oh, we got another one coming in. Metal. Oops, sorry.
Oh, we
I'll let
canceled
you,
each
Deb.
other.
I will let you run. I'll let you run the operations of this. I will not.
Sorry about
We're
that.
getting it. We're getting back. We're getting the swing of things. We're
yeah.
getting the
We do
muscle
that all
memory
the time.
back.
We cancel. Thank you so much, Metal. Thank you for the $2. Short comment. Hi, Deb. Hi, Metal. I'm going to do the Dave Sarah. Okay.
Nice.
The Dave Sarah.
So I'm gonna. This is in honor. So for those of you who don't know, and I know there, I saw Pretty Antisocial was in the chat. I think Winby was in the chat. A lot of people doing shows in the morning. I hope you guys are resting up tonight. It's a big day tomorrow. Deb, do you know what tomorrow is?
I do.
What is tomorrow, Deb?
Enjoy prison, child.
Your boy didn't do too bad, did he?
Yep.
Yes.
Enjoy prison, stalker. Steel Toe
slacker.
starts day 1 of 8 straight days.
8 crazy nights.
I love the thing that I love the most and we don't do I don't do Steel Toe because frankly everybody else does it and it would be overkill nobody wants to see the same Steel Toe clip for the 5th time. So we don't do it. I do find him funny. I think he's ridiculous. He's full of himself. And I do watch when other people talk about it. So check out Pretty Antisocial, check out Winby, check out Melton, check out everybody that does Steel Toe coverage. But I did love how smug he was, because everything's a win for the toe, right? Everything is a win. Even a loss is a win. Yes, a lot of people, Mersh, I think, was saying the same thing. It's like the night before Christmas and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And hopes that Steel Toe would soon be there. Steel Toe Perp Walk would soon be there. That's what everybody's praying for. So everybody is on like giddy. Everybody's excited. Everybody's, and we can certainly talk about it if people have questions and comments and want to hear my thoughts. Happy to share them. But I did love how smug because he can't be not smug, right? I mean, that's Steel Toe, right, Deb? I mean, right. When have you not seen him smug?
Right.
Never.
And the thing is, though, we're not going to get the truth. He's going to come back. It was like summer camp. I mean, he was posting, wasn't he picking entrees off a menu that he said was the prison food?
He could be taking 6 large black cocks at the same time, and he's going to come back and say it was Club Med, right? I mean, it's going to be a win.
Fun. I had my own private toilet. I had, my own cell. They gave me a thicker mattress.
The guards, they were all Steel Toe fans.
Yeah.
They snuck in a TV so I could watch the Vikings game. He's going to have all kinds of how it was just that we played pickleball. He's going to have so many fucking made up stories about, the food was better than I thought. And it was like a buffet. I mean, he's going to have it all. So we'll be ready for that. But tomorrow is going to be fun. So tune in and I'm sure the shows will be great and check out all of those shows. Maybe have them on 4 different screens if you can. Watch them all. But I did love how smug he was and said, well, I talked to my lawyer and he said, we really got screwed here because you should have options, right? You should have options of, do I want to do 4 2s or do I want to do 2 4s or 1 8? Dude, do your 8 fucking days. If he did his 8 days, he'd be finishing up right now or he'd be already done. I don't know why this guy thinks he has options. It's not like he has to drive to a job. It's not like he has control of the kids. He has them every other weekend. So that's like, you can do 8 days in a row when you don't have the kids. He can do his show. He doesn't have a real job. So there's no reason why you can't do your 8 days like a man. So he really comes off bitch made. And, and once again, I don't want to overplay it because it's just county jail or whatever. And it's probably DUIs and people that beat their spouses or something that he's going to be running into there. I don't think it's going to be like hard time, but it's still jail. It's still, you got to still get your cavity searched and it's not fun. And nobody, Deb, do you want to go to jail?
No, I
don't want to go to jail.
You know what? If I were him tonight, I'd be so sick to my stomach. I would have so much anxiety. Oh my God, I can't imagine.
He's got to be cycling back in his mind of like every mistake that led up to this. Because this was so preventable, right? All he had to do was show some humility. Man, I fucked up. I own it. I sent a picture. It was shared in confidence. It wasn't really that salacious, but I'm wrong. Hit me with a fine. Right. Give me some time served. Give me probation. And don't. you don't want to be in jail. Like you have to avoid like sending a half nude boob picture and you end up in 8 days in jail. That's not a win for the toe. That's a loss. Like that should never happen. And either your lawyer fucked up or you fucked up. Maybe both of you probably fucked up. But now you got to get the time over with, do it. But he's got to be thinking back. He's got to be like, what did I do to lead up to this? Man, if I never met Nick Rekieta, if somebody was saying in Twitter, I think, what if Chrissy's dad never got killed or unalived? Because then she didn't go to the thing, and then Rekieta went, then Rekieta met them, and then they invited Rekieta, then they had the throuple or the poly, whatever you call it, the polycule. But then there's all other things, and then everything that transpired after. I mean, there's 100 things, but that's Steel Toe's life. Every day is a mistake that he makes that he just compounds. His just life is just a rake after rake after rake that he steps on, and that's what makes him funny. That's what makes him entertaining. That's why people like to cover him. He's full of himself, and so on and so forth. So tomorrow will be a wonderful day. I'll play it one more time.
Your boy didn't do too bad, did he?
Our boy didn't do too bad. We're excited. Yeah, I'm not blaming, but I saw somebody. I'm not blaming Chris's dad. I'm saying like the butterfly effect of things, right?
Right.
That's it. It doesn't mean anything. It just the way things happen, and you really can't undo that. Although maybe her dad. Well, I'm not gonna speculate on that. We'll save that for another day. Deb.
Yes.
Deb, I have some. How do I get this up here? Oh, there we go. Okay. I love how it says Deb. Deb B. Is she like a Rosie Perez? So I teased it a little bit. Teased it on the what do you call it? The scroll at the bottom. So let me just set the scene here. And I know Deb, you've got some thoughts, some comments before we play this. But for those that don't know, there's this gentleman called Mr. Kill Everything, aka MKE. And Mr. Kill Everything had a relationship with a woman named Mazzy, a lovely Mazzy. And I've talked to her a bunch of times, messaged back and forth. Lovely person, like her a lot. She seems really kind of copacetic. I like her, and I even like MKE. All when he's not being, a drunk loser. I would love to see him maybe tap her down the drinking, but that's a whole nother story. So they had a relationship. I think it ended maybe 2 years ago, but the flame still goes very strong for MKE. Mazzy, of course, has moved on. Come to find out because MKE has talked a lot about this relationship, probably shared more than you would want to share about a relationship. But it seems like all these Dabbleverse people love to overshare about their relationships. We know all these things about Karmic and Felicia. We know all these things about Gino and Kiki. We know all these things about MKE and Mazzy. We know all these things about Lemmy and Granny, even, which is probably the worst one of all. Some things that we didn't want to know. But one of the things that we learned were there were some ladies that got involved because MKE, even though he had this girl that he was in love with, he seemed to be sliding in DMs for different chicks in the Dabbleverse. People like FKA Mommy was sending pictures from bed, and Jesse Angel was sending bikini shots. And, that didn't go over well with Mazzy, but MKE was playing dumb. Oh, they're just being, they're being friendly, so to speak, with these messages. So I was joking a little bit. As you guys probably know, $2 Dan, $2 fuck face, as Papa Kill likes to call me. I like to go in the chats and stir things up from time to time. And I do love to drop Jesse Angel's name every once in a while because she seems like someone who's available, for a guy that might be lonely. You're looking for a rebound. You're down in the dumps. Things didn't work out. Maybe be sliding Jesse Angel's DMs. If this is the best dating pool that you have, I mean, I would personally say stick to a 5-mile radius. If you're in a major city, this is, by the way, for any singles at home. Let me get back on the screen here. Any singles playing at home, I'm married. I'm not, but if you are in a major metropolitan area, get on the Bumble, get on the Hinge, get on whatever the kids are using, and set it to 5-mile distance radius, and stay in that, and don't go out of that. Make sure you can Uber. Make sure you could ride your bike to that person, because anything further than that, it's a fucking pain in the ass. If you're just dating. Now, if you're serious, maybe you open yourself up. Maybe you would meet someone like a Felicia Gillespie who just, knocks you off your feet. And we'll talk about Felicia and Karmic because, Deb, I think a lot of people in this audience don't know, but we actually created Felicia and Karmic. I wrote the story of Felicia and Karmic. I willed this into existence. I prayed for this, and it happened. And it's so wonderful. And we have all the receipts too. We have all the receipts, folks. We're going to play a little bit of them to give a little reminder in a little bit once we get to this. But getting back to the Mazzy MKE, so MKE is rebounding. He had the Ashley rebound, but he was also he tends to talk a lot about these women and sometimes maybe elaborates too much or maybe fabricates even, some might add. So Jessie Angel heard that I was dropping her name in chats, and she started DMing me. And for those that know Jessie Angel or are familiar with her, she's a little bit of a firecracker. She's a Latina from the Bronx. I think she's from the Bronx, maybe Puerto Rican, something. I don't know if you know, Deb. I think she's a Puerto Rican from one of the New York boroughs.
Right. Now, can I interject?
Yes, please stop me before Deb. Stop me. Talk me out of this before I make a mistake here.
All right.
Talk me off the ledge. Why am I not going to play this audio?
I treat emails and DMs that I receive as sacred, and I don't share them publicly. Even if it's somebody I don't like. The only time I would ever share anything is if I needed to defend myself. Now, I know the audience.
First off, Metal asks, is Jessie Angel trans? That's something she talks about in the audio. The allegations that she is a trans woman or trans of whatever, trans-Siberian of whatever shape or size. Trans, sending nudes, some other allegations. So anyway, I digress.
But what did she do to you? This is kind of like a Kiki kind of thing. Kiki does this all the time.
Yeah, this is very Kiki-esque, isn't it?
A little bit. But what did she do to you that is leading you to play these?
Well, first off, she didn't send me the bikini pics, so that's no, I'm just kidding. I didn't send me the bikini pics, so I'm not mad about that. She's not. I seen the pictures. Nuga says, "Oh, okay.
Noga.
When are we gonna? Can somebody get these up on Twitter? Twitter X? Can we it's bikini pics. That's not revenge porn, is it?
Enjoy prison, Dan.
The only how are all these people getting nudes? Nobody's sending me nudes. Hey, ladies in the chat, I see some ladies in the chat. If you guys are gonna send out nudes, can you stop leaving me out, man? I feel like there's a party and I didn't get invited. So let's share the nudes. Share them around. After today, nobody's gonna be sharing them because I'm gonna share Jessie Angel's audio. So maybe this is probably.
I got feet pic from Bubbler a long time ago.
F mommy pics are rumors. I saw an F mommy picture that it looks like you can make out a nipple on it. But I can't. I don't know if it really. It's like, it almost doesn't count because it's. I think they were at a club and the picture, the lights are all weird and there's a picture like looking down and you almost see like she's kind of a buxom gal. It looks like a nipple, but it could just be a, Hershey Kiss or something sitting on her chest. I don't know what's going on. I got mommy's pics. There's more than one. Guru one. Slide in my DMs, bro. I don't think bikini pics is revenge. Thank you, Mr. Blue Sky. Number 162 on the Dabbleverse 200. Congratulations, by the way, on that. And congratulations to everyone in the chat who made the DV 200. I've seen many of you in the chat. For those that aren't in it, good luck for when they run the numbers again. We'd love. Dan got Ava's nudes too. No, no Ava nudes. Ava, you're a sweetheart, but no, we don't want your nudes. Okay. So for your question, what did Jessie Angel do to me?
Right.
Nothing really. I'm just kind of an ass. I'm an asshole. Is that enough reason to play?
Well, all right.
You heard the audio, right, Deb?
I did. You shared it with me. And,
there's nothing really like that.
There's nothing really like bad. I mean, like I said, I got a kick out of her Latina accent. She sounds like. How would
you describe her accent?
Rosie Perez.
It's Rosie Perez. It's very FKA mommy-esque too. It's
a little bit, yeah.
It's a little mommy. It's that New York tri-state the Latina, that sassy Latina
Right.
kind of thing. And so, I mean, that's really why it's more of her voice than anything. And also kind of what she says about Mazzy is pretty funny too. So,
Yeah, I guess roll it. I mean,
okay, Deb, this is your last chance. Talk me out of it, or I'm playing it.
I think they want to hear it. So
All right, I'm playing
go
it.
ahead. It's not that bad.
Also, I don't want to keep sending 1,000 texts because I'm cleaning and it's taking me away from things. But how me and him became friends is I wrote it in this stupid super chat to KB. But so Kate Meany was calling me a tranny and he defended me. So then he messaged me and he was like, I really hope you're not a tranny and I'm defending a man. And I was like, no, I'm not a man. So I sent him him and Mazzy and fat fucking cunt Mazzy, a picture of me in a bikini to prove. And so they both saw it.
Okay, so let's just stop there for a second. And then I'll play the rest of it through. So people were claiming that she was a trans, I'm sorry, I used the right terminology, a trans-American, trans-Siberian. And MKE came to her defense and said, I don't think you are, but I'm not 100% sure. And so he was with Mazzy at the time. So she knows that he's with Mazzy in this relationship. And she sends bikini pics to MKE and Mazzy to prove that she is in fact a biological female, or at least has done enough work to, be passing as a biological female. So your thoughts on that? Seems a little weird, right? Would you, if somebody said, hey, Deb, I think you're a trans person, I think you're an Ava, and I'm in a relationship with Mazzy, can you prove it to me? Would you be sending bikini pics to prove that you were
No, I'd just laugh and I'd say, think whatever,
Yeah, it seems. Yeah,
I was like, whatever.
Lady KB, I get called trans all the time. Never once thought to send any pics to anyone. Yeah, so it seems that it doesn't really make sense. It doesn't really pass the sniff test. But let's continue.
Began being friends with them first before anyone in the Dabbleverse because I didn't know what savages these fucking people are in the Dabbleverse. So I began speaking to both of them. So they both know what the truth is and what happens. And so I have proof of it with dates and timestamps and everything. So I'm not going to send you the picture of me
Okay, so you asked why I'm angry. I'm not going to. So I sent all these hot bikini pics, but I'm not going to send them to you. I'm just going to send you this fucking voice chat on a Saturday afternoon and waste your time with my stupid Rosie Perez voice. So yeah, so I'm bitter. You didn't send me the bikini pics. No. I mean, I guess I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. But I digress.
Him the picture of me in a bikini where they both fucking replied to me. So obviously if I was flirting, I wouldn't have sent it to Mazzy too, and they both wouldn't have responded to me saying your pics are safe with us, LOL, and going through the whole thing. So these people are mentally ill, and the thing is, what happened, but he menaces me, and I don't like that. He menaces Ashley too, and he keeps saying,
so now the ladies are aligning against MKE. So I guess they're all talking that he's spreading lies about them, and that fat cunt Mazzy, that's her words, not mine, Mazzy. I see in the chat, that they were spreading rumors about her, innuendo, and all kinds of just awful things about the lovely Jessie Angel and her bikini pics.
Saying like, oh, I have things to expose. I'll show you. He menaces women. He's a woman abuser. And so it's disgusting. And that's why when someone said to me, oh, Dan did a show about you, someone told me last Friday.
I did not do by the way, I did not do a show about Jessie Angel. I may have sent some super chats that were, kind of poking fun at Jessie Angel, but it was all in good fun.
Right.
She's a sweetheart. But I did not do a show about Jessie Angel. I guess this is now I am doing a show sort of about Jessie Angel, but that's
wasn't Jessie Angel like hitting on Chad as well?
She hits on everybody. She was like talking about Chad. Oh, I want to see you with your shirt off, Chad. And I think she sent him a t-shirt, if I'm not mistaken. Like she actually
Beastie Boys or something. Somebody sent him a Beastie Boys t-shirt.
Dude, this bitch is so thirsty. It's crazy. Like she sends these. She wants to get her hooks into one of these guys, and she says, "Oh, these lunatics in the Dabbleverse, dude." She wants Chad. Like she's flirts with Chad in the chat. Although she disappeared now, I don't know where she is. But when she was here, like a month ago, she was all up in Chad's business.
Right.
She was. I'm trying to think who else she was flirting with. There was a couple other ones. I think she was in. Oh, KarmicX. KarmicX. She was all over KarmicX.
Okay.
So she gets a sniff of some fucking some horny dude, and she is up in there. And she's flirting. She mailing them things. I think she sent him. You said a Beastie Boys t-shirt?
I think so. I
think you're right. Like it was like a check your head or something Beastie Boys shirt.
Yeah.
So she is like really looking for a dude. And it's always, and once again, I don't want to pick on ladies. Everybody knows that I am pro ladies and pro woman. This is a pro woman show, but she always kind of like sort of shows her face. Now I'm going back to like, this is like, remember MySpace and like when they first had social media and people were starting to first put their pictures out on the internet. There was always like the fat girl pose where they would like push their boobs together and they'd have the camera at like a funny angle or like the other fat girl one is like the camera really close, like the extreme close up. So you can't really see below. You can only see like sometimes maybe the breast line, the cleavage, but you can't see like how big they are.
We call it the Chrissy angle.
Chrissy's been doing that angle and pushing the boobs together and then angle like this, push the boobs, now they got the filters. So you get the filters and it's like you go from a chubby girl that didn't lose the baby weight to like sultry cougar, curvy cougar look. Right. This Jessie Angel does sort of the, hey, I'm going to show you my face. I'm going to show you my body, but I'm going to like put the American flag over it. And I'm going to do the, I'm going to fade it out a little bit so you can't really make it out. Or I'm going to wear like big bug eye sunglasses on my face, So she does sort of that thing. So that leads you to believe one of two things. Either number one, she's very protective of her identity and doesn't want to have anyone kind of know who she is in real life, which is totally respectable. Totally respectable. Definitely. A lot of people do that. Or she's maybe a little self-conscious of her looks. Or maybe she's got, sometimes I hate to say it, sometimes girls have like a bulldog face, like a look that isn't necessarily aesthetically, Butterface isn't necessarily the most aesthetically pleasing face. Maybe there's some warts, maybe there's bad skin, maybe there's some missing teeth or, facial hair. I mean, once again, I don't want to speculate, but sometimes there's dog face, Butterface situation going on. So that could be the situation, or once again, she just wants anonymity. A few more seconds, let's play it out, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
Dan did a show about you, and you're a guy now. That's what happened. So that's where this whole thing from me messaging you today is coming from.
So yeah, Jessie Angel, she's a guy now.
So I guess she didn't mean you're a guy, like we say in the Dabble.
Yeah, you're not a guy, no. like a physical, like a guy with a penis. You're just a guy in the Dabbleverse. So,
but yeah,
that's not so bad.
It is so bad. I know.
It is interesting. She doesn't like Mazzy. We learned she doesn't like MKE.
We kind of knew that. Yeah.
She does speculate that MKE spreads rumors and lies about women, but she's adamant that she is a biological woman, and there are bikini pics to prove it. So
okay, sounds
there we go.
All right.
So that's the show. Everybody, have a great night. And we're back.
We're back. Yeah. We ought to do that one night and just like end it. Like
I know. We're not going anywhere. We got to talk about Chad. We got to talk about Chad. We got to talk about KarmicX. First off, Deb, what do you want to talk about? It's been a while. We haven't chatted in a while. What's burning your ass these days? Like
nothing's really burning my ass. We like Karmic isn't really doing much for me these days. I kind of just watch little clips here and there. He's always been nice to me. I wish him well, but we willed Felicia and Karmic into existence. We encouraged it. And maybe that wasn't the best idea. I don't know. You know, it seems like he looks. The picture of him on Twitter. I don't know if you have it handy. He looks like a newly released Hamas hostage.
Which picture are we talking about now?
Go into the DMs on Twitter. Don't show them. They're my DMs with you.
Oh, you're okay.
Because they don't let out our
we can't
trade
let anyone,
secrets. And
God forbid my wife finds out about what we say in the DMs.
Oh.
Then I'm going to be needing to talk to a
well,
lawyer.
we have trade secrets. We have our possible thing we're working on.
Oh, yeah, we have maybe this is a good time to tease it while we're sort of in a transitional period. Yeah, Deb and I are working on a little sort of a NCAA bracket idea that we're letting percolate. I don't want to give too much away.
Don't give it away, no.
Because Melton or somebody's gonna fucking steal the ideal, Shuley or somebody.
No, they won't. Melton won't steal it. Melton
Chad will steal it, or not Karmic. Karmic is. So let me just say one thing about Karmic. Karmic is the laziest motherfucker in the earth. He was given this awesome opportunity. And this is part of why we're going to get to this. And I know, Deb, you're going to probably, not be that into it, but I want to talk a little bit about the opportunity that KarmicX has. And he's just fucking fumbling the bag because he doesn't want to do any preparation. He does. He's got Final Boss handling his audio stuff online. He didn't the Alex Stein interview. He didn't respond. Like Alex Stein reached out to him and then he didn't follow through on it.
Well, he did eventually. He did.
No, but Joey C did.
True.
Joey C did it because Karmic wasn't doing anything. KarmicX reached out, or Joey C reached out to Alex Stein and Mersh. Mersh
got it going. Mersh is the one that knows Alex Stein that got him the invitation.
KarmicX follows through on nothing. The T-shirt company. I talked to the T-shirt guy, Justin Kemple, the Unnerved Brain or whatever his name is, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
They're doing. Remember the Cunnilingus T-shirt that?
Yeah, Mersh has one with the legs. Yeah.
Yeah. So I reached out to him the other day. I said, "Hey, when are the Cunnilingus shirts available? Because hey, I want to buy one as a gimmick, and maybe wear it on a show." He said, "We'll talk to KarmicX." He told me that he told me that this week. But he'd also said 2 months ago he was just waiting for KarmicX to sign off on it and basically hand him the keys to the shop. And KarmicX hasn't followed through on that. He said he was going to press albums. He hasn't followed through on that. He's got all these grand ideas, but all he wants to do is, be coddled by mommy Felicia in her bosom and cry and drink blue dye or whatever he's putting in his fucking mouth these days, and smoke his cigarettes and wear his Dice Clay jacket, do his little zesty dances, and that's what he wants to do. And it's really pathetic, and he's blowing a chance. But and there's the whole thing of the fact that everything that KarmicX says, I just want to be very clear for those playing at home, those watching. Everything he tells you when he's crying and woe is me, anything woe is me, anything that's emotional, anything that's relationship, anything about his life, he has Chad Zumach disease. It's all lies. Everything he tells you is a lie, is a half-truth, is an obfuscation, is an embellishment, is a falsehood. He is incapable of really telling you what he's doing. He's a theater kid. He's a Peter Pan.
A wannabe theater kid, yeah.
A wannabe theater kid, a Peter Pan, a Twinkle Toes who never grew up, who is mad at the world, who lives in a 2-horse town, and so he looks up to people. So KB, anyone that he feels is above him on the social stratus or the pecking order, and which is funny because in this little world, it's like you're not really looking that far up the scope here. There's the joke that I use with Pat Dixon. When KB talks down to me, I'm like, I'm a lot closer to you, KB, than you are to Mr. Beast. All right.
Right.
We're a lot closer together than you are with people that are really making money doing this. So don't kid yourself. KarmicX looks at these people like KB, like Mersh, like whoever, and you see when he goes on the shows, today he had Joey C and they started a fight and he couldn't even make it last 3 minutes before he was sucking his thumb like a little baby boy sucking his thumb, giggling, giggling. Yes, KB laughing at every KB says, you know, and then he was agreeing with Joey C after this fight. He can't even pretend to really be like a real person. He's a cuck. He's a beta male person who, and you need people. You need grave diggers in the world. You need people that are going to take the back seat, that are not going to get the girl. Not everybody can get the prom queen. Not everybody's going to be the star of the quarterback. There's going to be some people that are going to be the nerdy kid or the dorky kid in the corner that, you know, people throw in the locker.
I found the whole thing kind of like when he had this meltdown and it sounded like they broke up and everything, and he made about $750 roughly in supers, and he immediately jumped on a plane. And it was like, it felt like he did a dance and an act. And I had mentioned this on in chat with Shmuel on Shmuel's show, and yes. I had mentioned that this all seems like a big grift, and a lot of people in the chat there, you know, tended to agree. It just seemed like an act to make money, but he has legitimate things he could do to earn him money without having to put on an act, without having to grift. I don't know if he's grifting anymore or if he's that emotionally unstable, confused. It's hard to gauge. You want to like him. I mean, I always got on well with him. You know, you want to like him, but you don't know if he's just trying to play you.
Okay. I'm so glad you brought up the Sunday, the cry stream, the famous cry stream on September 28th. So we're gonna go to the playboard numbers. I know everybody loves playboard, right? So KarmicX leading up to that was doing pretty well. He was getting anywhere from $50 on the low end or $60 to $150, $200 a stream. He was really killing it up to the cry stream, that fateful Sunday that we all remember where he did the 6-hour stream. So he made, and this is just in super chat, so this doesn't include memberships or super tips and some other things. So he definitely made, I think, I estimated he probably made about $1,000 gross on that Sunday. And he was crying. He admitted to Mersh that he was off the wagon and he was drinking and lying about it. Then Tukey came on, and Tukey even dropped his act, and he was just like talking to him as the real guy, as Rocco. And then Felicia came on as well, and it seemed like they were breaking up. And it was just a very weird thing. People are sending money. He was talking about unaliving himself at one point. He talked about, I don't know if I want to go on. Just complete tugging at heartstrings, crying, going to breaks every 5 minutes, really, laying it on. And he made $746.
Right. Okay.
So what happened in 24 hours from that, Deb? Walk us through what the next steps were.
The next step was he was on a plane. He took a picture out the window. You see the wing.
I'm on a plane to go see Felicia, who I just broke up with and I was crying about.
Right.
And it's like something flipped and changed within under 12 hours. Like, he literally got off this stream. I don't even know, because I think, you travel a good amount and I travel a good amount. You typically don't want to be making plane reservations within like the same day that you're gonna fly. The same, like, you don't want to be flying the next day because you're gonna get the worst price, because there's surging in price. Now, if you're flying on Newport Airlines, then maybe it's not as much of a concern. But if you're flying Delta, you're flying American, you're flying JetBlue, it's usually going to be like $400 or $500, to fly a round trip if you're doing it within the same day. But he was flying out. He was flying out the next morning after that Sunday, after the cry stream, and he couldn't get to see Felicia fast enough. And he's like, "Wee," and I'm happy. And he suddenly he's not somber and he's not suicidal anymore, and he's super happy. So one of two things happened. Either the first one, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, that after the stream got over, they had he sobered up a little bit. They had a heart-to-heart. Felicia said, "I don't want it to end like this. Why don't you come out and see me?" Or maybe he said, "I'd really like to see you. I'd really like to make it up to you, and I'm embarrassed, and I want to get better. I want to improve myself." Would you
Right.
let me come out and we could spend some time together and see if this could work out? That's giving him the benefit of doubt. The second option, which is the insidious option, was this was all a fucking hoax. This was all theater kid bullshit that he
And it
did
was
to make
right.
money to fund his fucking trip to go out and play grab ass with Felicia.
Right.
And he
I thought about that too. It could be either way. It was already pre-planned. He probably already had the flight booked. He needed some extra money, so he did this whole cry, "Woe is me" kind of thing. Just hard. Poor me, and it worked like a charm. So it's either one or the other.
Now, what do you think happened after this fateful Sunday where you got the $750? Where do you think things went from there?
Well, we were
Take a wild guess.
It's the S curve.
Yes, the S curve. Either you when you for those that watch my show, I love to talk about the S curve. When you hit a special inflection point, there's two ways that it goes. It either goes to the moon or you bottom out and you go to shit. He went the second option. So the next day or 2 days later, when he finally got to Felicia, and I love how his lighting makes him look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. $40. One third of the viewers and a $40 day. Which, hey, I'm not gonna poo-poo. It's more than I typically make. $40. Okay, but for Karmic, that was a step down. That was a third or less than what he normally makes in a day. Okay, so he did the 40. Then let's go up. Then 49.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Go on. What were you gonna say?
So I put up a chat from Peter Sky Parker. The clip of him from the Final Boss's gaming stream happened between the crying stream and the wee flying pic. So does that? Yeah. So I figured that would add some context.
Oh yes, that's right. Okay, you're right, Peter Sky Parker, and thank you for that. This is why I love the autists in my audience, because that is exactly what happened. He went on with Final Boss. I'll see if I can pull up the video for that in a little bit. But yes,
Okay.
Final Boss. For those that don't know at home, my son, Final Boss, my protege, if you will, he loves to do these late night 3 or 4 a.m. streams. I don't know I think he's on the West Coast. I hope. Otherwise, he's like a vampire hours. It's always funny. I wake up in the morning to, in the middle of the night because I'm an old guy and I got to take a piss. And Final Boss, he's playing Sonic the Hedgehog racing or whatever. But he had Karmic come on, and Karmic sounded a lot more. What's the term for sober, but anyway, he seemed more kind of with it, like he wasn't off his rock or anything. And yeah, he said he's like, I'm going to see Felicia, and I actually happened. It was perfect timing because I did happen to flip it on, and I was like, whoa, what happened in the last 12 hours? It was I think it was a Monday morning it was a Sunday. It was a Monday morning because I was getting ready. I got up early and I'm like, oh shit, I got to get up for work. And here's Karmic talking about flying out off the money that he just made 12 hours ago, basically playing theater kid theatrics and doing the waterworks and breaking up with her. And now he's going to see her. And he's been with her now. I think we're going on 2.5 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I keep sending him super chats. Are you moving in? Like, what's going on? Are you paying rent? At some point, you've been dating, and they've been dating, what, 2 months or whatever? 2 months. And I get that it's a long distance relationship. I get that the feelings are raw or whatever. But after 2.5 weeks, you're kind of living together at that point. Is that, am I wrong on that, Deb? Like,
I mean, kind of. You're splitting your time, and
because I've done a long distance relationship, and I never stayed more than a week with somebody. Not that I made a habit of it, but that's a lot.
I think you would get sick of somebody real fast. You want that honeymoon period at least to last a little bit. So you're going out there. You're out there.
It's like you're taking the fun part out of dating. The best part about dating is the getting away from the other person.
Well, that's why I think certain relationships are toxic and not going to work out in the long term, like Kiki and Gino. They lived together. they work together. Basically, they stream, they do comedy. They're never away from one another.
And eventually one
And-
of them's going to hit the other one with a frying pan.
And you just
know
like
it's happening.
you accelerate like maybe the inevitable, what would happen years down the line, like that you just learn to hate each other, you grow to hate each other. It's so bad to work with your spouse, live with your spouse, work with your spouse, see your spouse every moment of the day. You need that separation.
Detroit does have a good point. I always have to remind myself with these people, none of these people have jobs.
Right. No, Detroit's correct. They don't.
Indigent, or however the word is. Like, these
Yeah.
people are not normal people. They are basically scourges of society, as far as I'm concerned. If you're 40 years old and you don't have a job, and you're not looking for a job, and you're
Right.
not, and I'll even take it to another step. If you're not embarrassed that you don't have that you're not making an effort to find a job, or that you're not like sort of like, I mean, I know when I lost a job one time, right around when I was 40, or maybe in my late 30s, and it took me a while to get back on the horse. Every day I'd spend a little bit of time looking for a job, but then I had to like do things to just make my mind forget that I didn't have a job. I was fucking embarrassed. And now I had bills to pay too, so that's a part of it. But
Right.
these people, Gino, Kiki, Karmic, Felicia to some extent, although I guess all these, Ray, Chad, they pretend that they're cosplaying. They pretend that they have a job, but you don't really have a job. Like, you're not really gainfully employed like the average American is. What you're doing is, they're Toys R Us kids. They haven't grown up. They haven't realized that you gotta kind of put in some time.
The thing is too with Karmic acts like he's had it so rough. He's privileged. He lives on his family's farm.
His parents made him up. Well, let me just correct you on that, Debbie.
Okay.
His parents made him move out at the age of 18.
Yeah, move out to the next.
He had to move to the corner of the property.
The next property plot of land they have.
He had to go on the property line.
They just wanted him out the house
with his modular home.
Stuck a modular there and said, "Stay out there." We're sick of you.
Whoa! Let's not rad Ray in there. Let's be nice to Ray. I like me and Ray have been good lately. I don't want to. Ray's all right. Ray's fine.
Honestly, even with Chad, okay, everybody shits on Chad, but Chad still had bills. He had a car. He had, whatever he was paying, like Gladwell Ape. Rumor has it he might still be in Gladwell's place, that he moved out while they did the floors, and he's back, and he's in that same corner. So, people, I don't know if it was Winby or Melton, they zoomed in on the glasses, and you could see sort of the same window in the reflection, that hyper level of attention to detail to find out. So who knows? But Chad still has some bills, and he doesn't have family. He doesn't have parents that are going to put him up.
While you're talking, I'm just going to scroll up for those that want to just kind of look. You'll see that the numbers are definitely all below $100. They're all in the, although every once in a while he'll have a blip where he has like a little bit of an episode where I don't know what the guy's name is. There's one guy who I see that's like a big donor that keeps dropping money in there every once in a while, or people just picking on him. 139, but then the next day he goes back to 26, 85, $5, 54.
What
49.
about? Wait, let me interrupt. What about super tips?
Well, this doesn't include super tips, but he's not really. I mean, he's not making a ton on super tips. Like, if you look at the scoreboard for Melton that Melton puts up, he's never in the top 10 on it. So he's not really making a lot. Chad has 100K. He doesn't need anyone. Ask him. Yeah, that's a weird thing. Have you notice that there's speculation that he got an inheritance or something?
That's what I heard. Speculation that his dad died and he got left some money. So, I'm not really, I'm not sure about that. I guess he sent Rocco bank statements, but, he had like the name crossed off and, things like that. Serenity, I see you put that up. His super tips are way down. Okay.
Yeah. If you watch it, and Serenity is a mod, I believe, for Karmic, so he would know. Thank you for sharing that, Serenity. The super tips are way, way down for him. Right. So it's definitely no more than double any of these numbers, right?
got to lose? Like I said, what's he got to lose? Even if he breaks up with Felicia, he goes home, he goes to his trailer, and his parents take care of him.
Yeah.
They're paying the taxes on the property. The brother farms that land. I learned all this on the Kiwi farms. They did.
Why he doesn't want to go home, right?
Why?
Well, a couple reasons. Number one, if he goes home, he's probably never going to see Felicia ever again. I mean,
we said that last time though. We thought that was when he went back. We thought she kind of like got what she wanted. That okay, he set up her streaming area, and he set up the lighting, and he helped with the plugging everything in, doing this, teaching her how to work EV Mux or whatever platform she's on. And then she dispatched him away because she got what she wanted. She figured out I'm not going to have to see him again.
By the way, I saw someone in the chat. I was just catching up. Yeah, Brian Landon. So Brian Landon is. Have you seen this guy before? He's been dropping
he's been dropping like some big money on like
Hey, Brian. Somebody said Brian Landon in the link. Hey, Brian Landon, why don't you stop by? Spread the wealth there. If you got, you need to. It's almost like Brewster's Millions or whatever. Like you need to blow some money here, Brandon. You could put it into our bank account. We'll take it. Yeah. So yeah, and let me just put the playboard back up. And I don't want to belabor this too much because I think we're getting the picture.
And
but
I don't
he
really like
bottomed out though. He
right.
Like if you look at this, it even got worse. $20, $21, $39, $14, $11, $23, $18. This is not sustainable. You're not killing it at this point. This is when it becomes a hobby again. You're basically on NPS level at this point.
Right.
Like, this is nice podcast Shmuel Buckman numbers. This is not. So it's always funny when he's like, "Oh, damn, check your playboard numbers." Yeah, I'm looking at the playboard right now. It ain't doing you any favors there, Charlie. So, or Kyle, I should say. Charlie's another person's real name who will remain nameless. But yeah, I mean, he's absolutely bottomed out. Every once in a while, he'll have a blip, but it's 15, 14, 18, 19, 5, 37, 6.
You know what?
It's like a woman's, measurements, 36, 24, 36. That's what he's looking at these days.
You know when he'll do great? I believe in redemption for everybody. Okay.
Okay.
And I think when they break up, he will get so much goodwill. Like, oh, then you're glad you got rid of her. Oh, you finally did the right thing. We feel for you. I think he'll have an upswing, but he can't pull the wool over people's eyes any longer. So he's not going to be able to pull this crying game, unless it's legit. So I do think like if he breaks up with her and he starts calling her names and going off on her, people will be throwing money at him. Mark my words. Like if he's sincere.
But how will we know? How will I know if he's not bullshitting me? I mean, he's just the crocodile tears. So, I mean, you can only cry wolf so many times. He's done it so many times. I think he's past the point of people feeling sorry for him. I really think that he burned everybody. Like there were a lot of people. There was that one pulper guy who was, I don't know if you saw his thing where he was in Vegas and he was, and he felt bad. And he's like dying of cancer and he threw a bunch of money at Karmic. And here's Karmic basically lying to the guy's face. And, because Pulper's like, it's going to be okay. Pulper was thought that this guy was suicidal. And here he is, he's crocodile tearsing for fucking $2 super chats. I mean, it's pathetic.
I don't know. I think, I think he's pulled his act one too many times, but I don't think this is forever. But Felicia, from what I've learned about her, from people that know her, she's very conniving. She pre-plans well in advance.
Wait, she's conniving?
Yes.
She's manipulative? She's wretched? She's a succubus? I would have never guessed.
But she may have this whole thing scripted. And then she will discard him eventually. She's trying to get her own streaming success. And
Deb, of course it's scripted. We wrote the script.
I know.
We created this, and that's the perfect segue to this. I
Oh
want to
wait,
just play a little bit
can
of
I
this.
tell you, Dan?
Yes.
I hate when she wears her hair like that with that.
Oh my God,
I
her hair. She's kind of, when she wears her hair down, she's semi like mid or above. When she puts her hair up, she looks so bad. Her hair is not full. She doesn't condition it. She's got split ends, and she does it in weird, like almost. She's very unsexual. I've noticed. I don't know if
Yeah.
you like her.
Yeah.
She's got like old lady blouses that she wears. She said that she goes to consignment shops to get like her clothes. Everything
nothing
looks
wrong
like
with
it's out of
that.
the
Nothing
70s.
wrong with the consignment stores. You
Nothing
can
wrong with
get
it,
some
but it does
good
have kind of
vintage.
that 70s show meets, some other things. It's just I don't
I
really
mean,
like her style.
I can't talk. I'm wearing Bada Bing.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's
I know.
kitschy.
Yeah, I do love consignment stores, though. I love me a good consignment store.
Probably doesn't shower much either. Get him, Dan. Sometimes the chat moves so fast. Probably doesn't shower much either. Yes, exactly. Lady Skeleton.
Actually, you know what? I heard that, and I'm not going to say from who, but I heard she's not like when they met her.
Hygiene not good. Yeah, I heard that too.
Not
Bad breath.
good. Greasy
Teeth,
hair.
doesn't brush teeth very well.
What? Yeah, I don't know about that, but
Stinky.
now she has looked pretty good a couple times. She's got, as they say, good bones. She could do makeup. She's got nice cheekbones. I think her hair
She smells like Goodwill, makes me itchy. Yes, she does. She does feel like Goodwill. Not that there's anything wrong with that,
No, but I'll tell you, when you get clothes from a thrift store, they always have this weird kind of stink. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
they
weird.
go right. Wherever you get them, Salvation Army, Goodwill. We have some local ones here for different charities, and
we went to one. I went to one with my wife, and she was looking at really like silverware, or not silverware, but like plates, like antique kind of sort of things.
Right.
And then we walked over by like the clothes, and I actually saw pants almost like Chad has, like cargo, like the camouflage. And I was like, these look kind of cool. And my wife gave me a look like, yeah, we're not getting any clothes here. We're not here for the clothes.
No comedy pants for you, Dan.
Yeah, we don't need to. No cargo shorts or anything. No, we'll leave those. We'll stick to the antiques. But this is back in this video. If you look at the date, this is from late May. So now we're coming up on almost 5 months. When Karmic met Felicia, they had a couple of, I don't know if this was the first one. This might have been the second one where they did together. But I started, as I like to do, $2 Dan, $2 fuckface. I was egging them on of saying, oh, you guys look cute together. You guys should kind of do something. So this is a little bit of a throwback. And we played this with Quad. I just wanted to show everybody. So everybody knows the origins of Karmic Felicia. This was scripted, and it was scripted by the two people that you know and love from Nice Podcast Stupid.
Familiar with these like little things. So it's not a knock on Karmic the person, but the show just like bores me to tears now because it's just him ranting and he's stringing words.
Is he going to be the one eating semen off of? Oh, I'm sorry. I went too far. Never mind. I take it back.
I just want to play a little bit of this because this was pretty funny from the other night.
You gotta get into each other's heads. You gotta get into each other's pockets. Comes with the territory. You gotta get into each other's minds and lives.
I should have just pulled the original Karmic video instead of playing this. It's kind of like double vision. But let's play the money part here. Sorry,
find like the super chat you sent them.
Yes, that's
where you want. That's the
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's we're gonna play, and then I'm not gonna play much more. I just want to play the super chat.
No, they can't have a symbiotic relationship.
No.
His is parasitic.
Yeah, I believe it. And
so you see that they were commiserating about Pat Dixon, the Dixon concern of how negative, so that it's almost like not Stockholm syndrome, but sort of that. We have that enemy in common, and we're bonding over being abused by Pat Dixon and Taz, how awful they treated us and how evil they are. And they're finding, a common ground with that hatred.
Everything that I have seen over the last year, kind of comes to fruition with exactly what I see, and with Pat Dixon particular. Sorry, I got a super tip I gotta commit to. Nice podcast, Stu.
Do the last one so they get their $3 worth.
Exactly. Karmic, stop beating around her bush and ask her out. Well, I know I live.
Quad, do you think he asks her out? Do you think he takes my advice here? Or how do you think the Karmic takes this advice with this one?
Maybe he just asked her, "Hey, Felicia, how do you like AI porn? Would you like to come over to my place and watch some with me?
Could I take your picture and put 46 triple H tits on you and animate you, Felicia?"
Live a certain life that's not conducive to a livelihood that most people are living their nice podcast stupid. So I'm not gonna ask people out flippantly.
What are you, gay?
I guess that's what he's meaning. If I don't ask a woman out, I must be gay.
No, what I'm trying to do is trying to get you fucking hooked up, brother. This guy's got no bitch. Like, come on, like she's vibing you, dude. Like she's like the fact that she put on would never leave. Like she,
you know.
And well, here's the
sure though.
All right, here we go.
These two.
I agree.
But no, that's just not me. I'm like, if anybody's a guest on my podcast, I thank them from the bottom of my heart. I'm not gonna go, "Hey Felicia, would you go out on a date with me?" That doesn't work in the real world.
I'd hang out with you for sure, though. I mean, if we were.
See, look, so, and we'll. I don't want to belabor it because
Right.
it's annoying to kind of watch it that way. But point being, we were dropping hints, and Felicia ran with it. We planted the seed, or my super chats. I sent maybe like 6 or 7 of them. Hey, you guys are cute. You guys should hang out. You should ask her out. And then you could see Felicia picked up on it, and then she starts putting the cigar in her mouth, trying to be all sexy, and the rest is history. So that's how it all started. That's how it all began. So you can blame
I mean,
Deb and Dan for creating the monster that is KarmicX and Felicia.
And when we talked about it, if they got together, it was like she would stop fixating on Pat Dixon and Taz,
and we were wrong.
And we were wrong, and it just amplified it.
I thought we were doing Pat and Taz.
I thought we were doing them all a solid.
Yeah, I was like, okay, and even Pat said, "Yeah, get her off my dick. Get her on, get her fixated on KarmicX." But she still can't let Pat go. She's still obsessed. She's still supposedly watching his show every night and taking notes.
Right.
And and let me just give you an idea of how how attention to detail, I guess you would say, Felicia is. Felicia, when Felicia was on MLC, I would send a couple of super chats. Once again, $2 Dan, and I was kind of just poking at her a little bit, sort of like what I did with Karmic there. And I did it on a different ID. I have another one, Spaghetti Factory, which got exposed.
Ah, darn it.
Oh, so if you see Spaghetti Factory, that's me. But she figured it out without. She just put 2 and 2 together. So she keeps track of like who's got an alt ID and who's who and who's aligned with Pat Dixon. And Pat even said to me that she keeps like copious notes and records of everybody, like what they say, when they said it. I would bet it's almost like something like out of The Shining, where you like open the book up and it's like, oh my God, she's been all work and no play makes Felicia a dull girl,
Right.
Something that would just like shock you. She's that fucking nuts about this. She's paranoid. She thinks everybody's out to get her, and she still thinks like Pat Dixon wants to kill her. And once again, Pat Dixon, take him or leave him. I think he's fine. He obviously has had some bad breakups, but to be that fixated on someone 2 years later is just, not normal. She's definitely, I think, shown that she's not all there in terms of relationship moving on. She seems to be the one that wants to keep it going. Would you agree?
I would think he wants to keep it going as well.
Okay.
I
Why
do.
do you think? Okay, why do you think that?
I think he wants love in his life. I think he likes the attention. We're still paying attention to him because of this whole relationship drama, and I think he's a little bit lonely, and he has like somebody in his corner.
So do you think So do you think then? Let's see. I'm gonna lean back here. Do you think that Pat Dixon is perpetuating and even maybe playing a game, so to speak, kind of a little cat and mouse game with Felicia for, attention, to stoke his ego, to get views on his show, to make money? Do you think that he is consciously keeping this going and kind of messing with her for his own benefit?
No, I think he just wants, it's this back and forth, so she lobs the ball to him, he's going to lob the ball back. It's he says, she says. So they're going to make accusations about him. He feels
you're not willing to go you're not willing to go where I'm going then.
I don't think so. I'll listen if you've got more to say on it and why you feel that way.
I'm going to pull at that string a little bit. I think if Pat Dixon truly wanted to wanted to move on, and because all I can do is put myself in the shoes of someone and what I would do. Now, for me, this is, like I said, a hobby. This isn't live or die. I'm not doing it every day. I'm not depending on this for income. Clearly, I've got other, things in the fire in terms of that. But if I was truly in a situation where I had an ex who was volatile, Pat doesn't seem scared of her. I would be scared of her. She seems capable of doing some, boiling bunnies type shit.
Right.
In the service. So I wouldn't want to instigate. And for me, I'm a clean breakup guy. Like, if I break up with someone, maybe there's a little bit of a period where you kind of talk and maybe stay friends. You don't really stay friends.
Yeah, I don't either. No, I'm like that with even like I'm like that with falling outs with friends, that it gets where it's really bad. I cut them out and I move on.
You got to go zero contact.
Yeah,
you have to. You can't keep them. You can't be follow. You got to unfollow them. You got to delete the pictures on Instagram. You got to just clean cut. But he still is watching Karmic videos. He's talking about them. He's still keeping it alive. And obviously he's doing it for his show.
So we like to hear it. Do you want to hear him?
No, I want him to do it. I'm not.
He has a great analysis.
Pat, if you're watching, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Please keep it going. Although the piano, I don't really dig the piano. No offense. I'm not really. If I want the piano, I'll go to a piano bar. They do a little bit better job, but that's a whole nother story. But yes, keep it going. But if that was me, I'm not talking about Susie Butt Cheeks that I used to date, 6 months ago, who's, leaving piles of dog shit in front of my house or talking shit about me online. I'm not talking about her. I'm just ignoring her existence.
I'm going to bring up here from chat. Peter Sky Parker, Pat's not afraid of her, but he did say if he ends up dead, look into Felicia.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Or KarmicX. There's the whole other theory.
That was my theory.
Dun, dun.
She was grooming him to take out Pat. And
so
then,
let's pick at that a little bit. Let's just say, and we're going to do this is the Hollywood angle.
Yeah.
I don't believe that this is really happening. I don't believe this would ever happen. But we're going to do Scorsese. We're going to write the Scorsese movie right now. Let's say you've got this love triangle, the jilted lover, the ex, and then the new guy. Okay. And the jilted lover still holds this flame for the old guy and can't stop thinking about him and is obsessed. An obsession bordering on violence or something else. But being a woman, she's going to use her womanly charms to kind of do what, a woman typically wouldn't do. So she has this impressionable new lover and indoctrinates him and gets all this information into his head and basically makes him become, encapsulates all of her emotion and then instructs him on what he needs to. And then this is the most important part. This is the inflection from stage 1 to from act 2 to act 3. Withholds love from him in order for him to demonstrate love to her.
Right.
And
Prove your
how
love.
better to demonstrate the love than to do an action.
Right.
The ultimate action that would allow us to live together and be lovers forever on a deserted island somewhere.
Well, that would also be, if we want to get into conspiracies, her playing maybe this whole crying thing was legit. She's kind of driving him nuts so that when he acts and he tries maybe to implicate her, it's like, this guy was nuts. Like, here's proof. Here's a stream he did here.
She's
just
gaslighting him constantly, fucking with his emotions.
And how do you do control, high control? Look at like what cults do.
Yes.
Sleep deprivation. She was forcing him.
Takes him out of his comfort zone.
Isolates him from his family and any friends he might have. Isolates him from people like, oh, you can't talk to Mersh. Oh, you can't talk to this person. Like all these people that were trying to help him.
Breaks him down, makes him feel like subhuman.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's classic cult behavior.
And I agree with Bob. She's using, this is what I've always thought as well. She's using him to be what she cannot. Making money on YouTube, not via KB. She wants to make money on YouTube and not need anybody.
Yeah.
But she got the bump. She got the bump with Karmic because Karmic was the hot new thing. And then when they got into that relationship, everybody's curious. So he comes out there. What do you do? Oh, I'm going to tack up the green sheet. I'm going to help her buy a desk and put it together. I'm going to work on helping her with the sound and doing all these other things. So there's so many conspiracies, but she's the one pulling the strings. And as far as Pat, I think Pat's getting good content. He has wonderful analysis of the whole thing because he knows her. He knows her. We don't know her. We're speculating.
She's a complete mystery and enigma, but most women are. But she's next level enigma puzzle. It's really hard to understand what her motivations are, where truth and fiction separate themselves, what's real. They're clearly running a game on everybody.
Right.
And we just don't know to what level that game is. Is it a complete work? I mean, it's very kayfabian, to use a wrestling term.
I mean, all of this
is work. Is it like sort of a quasi work? Is there are they lovers or are they not? I'm not convinced that they are. Part of me thinks that it's a non-sexual relationship for convenience. It's two lost people that have found themselves that have a connection.
And now a common enemy.
A common enemy.
Which he was Pat Dixon's big fan when Pat Dixon.
Dude, this kid never went to Chick-fil-A or he talks about going to Chipotle like it's going to
he went to like Nobu or something. Yeah. But that was kind of stuff I had said to Shmuel. I had said it seems like almost an act because yes, he lives in a small town, but there's a super Walmart, there's a Home Depot, like there's things there. There's a bar, there's stuff in town. He's not on an island. He's not isolated.
It's just all, it's weird.
So
I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
So I don't know what's fact or fiction with him. I took him initially at face value. I said, oh, he lives in this small town. He's sheltered. He has this kind of creative energy that's misunderstood, that he's trying to get out there. He's lonely. I did see this, the walk and talk. And he was afraid to show the buildings, like the stores.
Oh, we're gonna stalk you in bumfuck wherever you are. Do we know kind of where they're at now? Because Gilly is a transient too. Like she just bounces from place to place. Neither of these people well, I mean, Karmic has this modular home, but most of these comedian types, like Ray is very similar. Although I guess Ray has a steady place, but it's
Ray bounces. Out. Ray bounces around because Ray he had the place. Was it in Astoria with Ray Goots? Ray Goots moved to LA, sold that place. Then he was living with Hope, paying her rent, but she was charging him $1,000, and he realized he couldn't afford that. Then he's got his parents' friend's house where he sleeps under a treadmill. So
by the way, I just want to ask the chat two things just before I lose track of it. So number one, there's a poll. How does the KarmicX Felicia relationship end? The choices are happily ever after, mutual parting of ways, a nasty tearful breakup, or Chris Benoit style. What do you think? What do you think the chat is saying? What's the?
I'm not looking at it. I voted for a nasty tearful breakup is what I think realistically is going to happen.
Yep, and you are correct. 55% of the audience agrees with you. So please vote if you haven't. Please like, share, subscribe, join membership, whatever you want to do, or don't. Either way, but participate. Get in the chat. Get in the and I'm never gonna. This is a pet peeve of mine. I'm gonna just go off on a little bit of tangent. There's so many of these pet peeves that I have. When Chad is starting taking on the KB terminology as well as Karmic. All these KB wannabes, they all take on his terminology. The free chat. No, it's the chat. It's not the free chat. It's the YouTube chat. There's nothing. It's not free. It's a very condescending, uppity way of just insulting people. You don't have to pay to super chat our show. If you want to be in the community, you want to talk to people, you can do that. It's not the free chat, it's the chat. So you'll never hear that. And then sometimes they'll do the poor chat, which is like, oh, that's supposed to be funny because it's completely, asinine, condescending. But it's like, oh, we're being ironically kind of, it's fucking
sticks.
obnoxious.
You know what? Sometimes some of this stuff sticks because I've called it not like I don't think I call it too much online, but I've said to you, Dan, maybe I won't read the free chat as much, good, because then we don't build the numbers. I want to get numbers basically, so at least like we got like $2 in a membership. As long as there's something in there, I just want something in there.
We got some good comments in the poor chat. Mitch says it's the poor chat.
I call it the people's chat.
The people's chat. Oh, I like that. The people's
chat.
They're scared of non-ball washers. Drunken Donuts. Of course, nobody's going to pay for this. Let's be serious. We did get one super chat and a membership.
I did.
So.
I have to notch that when I bill you for my services.
This one's really good.
$1.70. Oh, the SSI.
This is what we call the Kevin Brennan chat, the SSI chat. So you get your disability check. Time to send Daddy Brennan. I hate when they say I gotta pay up to boss, or I gotta kick up to boss. It's like, dude, come on, man.
Wait a sec. We need gotta stop, guys. We need some music now.
Okay,
I got some things I gotta put up. All right, play some. All right, I wanted to say Isaac Walmart, welcome. Isaac Walmart became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. And now we've got, what else do we have? I've got Easy123. He's a fan of the YouTube member. Now find a good, Dan, we're going to be Chad here. We're going to find a really good sound effect because this is a record. All right, we got from Dang Lizard 50 is
the Chad sound effect.
Yes, that's perfect. I don't know what kind of currency is that? What's that? The symbol of?
Those are euros.
Those are the euros. Okay.
Dang Lizard, I believe, is an English gentleman. If I'm not
mistaken.
English
gent. Okay. Wonderful.
Very proper. Spotty. Dang Lizard.
Thank
So
you,
for
Dang
those-
Lizard, the man of the list.
the man who created the DV Top 200. Congratulations to everyone that made the list.
Yay!
Deb number 130. I'm 138. I'm happy that Deb beat us. Deb and I were high enough where we felt good about it. I'm not jealous of Deb in any way. I'm happy that I'm above Shmuel Buckman and Kiki as examples. I know Chow in the chat. A lot of other people that are in the top 200. Congratulations to those that are in the top 200. And Dang Lizard. So do you want to read his comment? I don't know if you've even read it.
It's just for you to pretend that streaming is valuable. Thank you. Thank you, Dang Lizard. I appreciate that. And
been saving that one up. You only got to get $50 or 20 subs to get the nice player award. But Dang Lizard,
that was great. Yes, and number 162. Am I higher on the list than Felicia? Yes, you are. I believe she's like 174. And it doesn't matter though where you are on the list.
It doesn't matter where you're on the list, as long as you're on the list. That's all that really matters. As long as you're in the top 200, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. You know, who cares where you're at? I mean, I saw Husey was like 72.
Oh, Husey's a legend.
He's been around.
He's good. He deserves it.
Flat Cat was pretty high up on the list. Clearwater Chad, who I saw in the chat, he was up.
He was
pretty
like
high.
70 something. Yeah, he's up there.
Lady
pretty
KB
high.
was pretty up there as well. We got another one coming in.
We
play that before we move on to the Karmic video.
All right. So K-Murph, $2. Get the wife something nice, Dan.
Thank you, K Murph. My wife unfortunately has expensive taste, so after the YouTube and the split with Deb comes out,
that's all right. That's for the wife. $1.70. Tell her to go wild. Go wild.
Yes, we definitely let her go.
No, the list was a lot of fun, and
yeah, the list was. I mean, we're without pulling the fourth wall down too much. It's fun to joke about. It's something to talk about. Obviously, it is what it is, right? It's AI generated, and
right.
I mean, there's people out there that are deceased for Christ's sake. I mean,
well, you still
people that are not Dabbleverse, and you can argue a lot of things on it, but it is nice to be on the list.
Right. And you know what? The deceased folks, rest in peace. They deserve their flowers too.
Hank the Angry Dwarf, he deserves a place in Ski Mask.
Ski Mask, absolutely.
RIP.
Absolutely.
So this video is, thanks for Gina Balbina. Congratulations, Gina Balbina. She's expecting, I heard. So congratulations.
She's
Gina.
I don't want to dox her, but she's actually a Cardiff Electric's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're both maple syrup lovers.
Yes,
so congratulations, Gina.
They're having a spud.
You're having a spot. Yeah, so we'll try to do a baby shower when you get closer to that date. But everybody in the chat, please congratulate Gina Balbina on her expecting. We're very happy. I believe it's her first.
Gilly mandate and Mersh drama go.
So so just for those that don't know, Gilly, Felicia, basically told Karmic that he can no longer associate with Mersh, at least as long as he's living with her. So she's now picking and choosing who he can fraternize with. And then he was saying today that Mersh has a checkered history with women. I'm not aware of anything. I guess there was one thing this week that did not come off very well. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. I'm not sure what's up with that. I
don't want. I don't
know. It's long.
That.
Winby covers that. So go to Winby 2 and check that out. He goes into detail with the.
Yeah, go to Keno Casino. Go to Winby. That's more of their. No. Gina Balbina, you all are gonna get it. Yeah, we're of course kidding. That's our little ongoing joke with Gina.
I'm sorry, Gina. I know you're working on in vitro with Cardiff, so good luck with that. I know that's expensive and time consuming.
We hope you have little tater tots together eventually.
Okay, I didn't hear Mercer's take on last night. I didn't. I was not in the mood for that. So yeah, I've been trying to get out of my headspace and relate with people who I think have some semblance of respect for me, but I don't think Merch particularly does. I think he enjoys creating these little rifts between me and Felicia because he has a negative take towards her. So I think he enjoys it. I think he enjoys seeing problems arise. But I'm just saying that there's a reason why I can't associate anybody who associates with Dixon. And moving forward, I just can't do it anymore.
That Dixon concern, man. You can't associate with the Dixon.
No.
There's a lot more than meets the eye, and it's really
He
not for
looks
public
terrible,
consumption.
though. He looks
He looks so disheveled right now.
Like I said, you sent me a picture and that he had on Twitter or from one of your super chats, and I said he looks like one of the hostages released by Hamas.
Okay, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He looks like the guy that you would see like waiting outside the liquor store, like begging
For it to open.
$5 so you can get a 2020 Mad Dog. Yeah, waiting for it to open at like 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Granny in the shed, waiting for booze to run.
A lot more than meets the eye, and it's really not for public consumption.
He also looks like he's seen some shit. Like his eyes are all, he's all.
No, he's
on
so
edge.
paranoid, though. He's like looking left and right. He's afraid. He moves the camera or the phone around because he doesn't want to show any of the stores. There was one story.
It's almost like Silence of the Lambs. Like if he gets the what's the line? I forget. You put the lotion on its skin, like,
right?
Or it gets the hose. Like if I give up where we are, Felicia gives me the hose. That's what the look he's given right now. Worker indeed.
That's a mountain joke.
I'm not the person to talk about it, and I feel like it's not creating it's not conducive.
Doesn't he look scared though? He looks really. He's not looking forward. He's not looking at the phone. He's looking to the left or the right. Wherever he is, he's in walking distance from her apartment complex, and he's probably like.
He's scared of his own shadow. Like it's crazy.
And he was saying at one point about a car circling him. You're in a parking lot. Of course, a truck circling you. You're in a
back
parking
on the
lot.
Kratom or something? Like he's like super paranoid. I don't even know what Kratom does. I'm such a square. It's so funny. I hear these drugs now. I'm so out of the game. I don't even know what these drugs do anymore.
There's these are all gas station drugs and vape shop drugs. They have
it's so gross. Like back in the day, we had like the shitty weed that you had seeds and stems, but at least you knew you weren't taking chemicals that truckers are taking to stay up 25 hours in a row or whatever. I mean, these people just take the weirdest shit. The Kratom, the 07 tab. I don't mean just
that's
so
like
many
another
of these
Kratom thing. I watched this whole documentary about Kratom and the origins of it and how it's kind of involved into this like other really dangerous stuff. I don't mess with it.
Yeah, I'm too old to be fucking with drugs anyway, but
oh yeah, wow. This is a good one. Deitois. He looks like Lisa Lamb at that Hollywood hotel found in the water tank. Did you ever see that? There was a documentary on Netflix about this hotel in Hollywood, and this Asian girl was staying there, and then she was kind of like, wow.
Is this the one she fell in the tank and
supposedly they couldn't find her and she fell in the tank?
And then
the
water was all shitty in the hotel, right? Because she was in the water tank.
Yeah,
that
something like that. It was a couple of years ago. It might have been 2020 with the COVID when we were all watching stuff, and but it was like she looked like really like fucked up on something. I remember a video from the elevator, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, Deitois.
Association with anybody who are associated with Dixon. I don't want to talk about Dixon. but it seems like I'm wrapped
But-
around it.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with tripping balls. Like some of my best moments were, and for those kids that want you know, don't do drugs, but if you are going to do drugs, dude, mushrooms this time of year are awesome. Like walking through the woods when the leaves are falling and the
No
wind
way.
trees. Oh my god, it's,
No.
the whole world comes alive.
You picked that wrong mushroom and you're dead.
Well, you got to get the you don't want you don't want to be picking them out of the grass and guessing.
Right.
You want to know your local neighborhood drug dealer who's, you know, growing them in a
I don't want any
mason jar or whatever.
Any hallucinogenics. I'm not a drug person. I just
No, I'm not doing them anymore. I'm
no. I know that.
20s,
I'm just like I never did anything like I won't go to Costa Rica and do ayahuasca to find my inner soul, or you know, it's like a go out, have some cocktails, maybe once in a while.
See,
tie
Lady
one on.
KB knows. Yeah, mushrooms in the woods is probably the greatest experience I've ever had. I can't recommend it enough. The whole world comes alive. The trees feel alive. You see leaves, especially this time of year where leaves are falling. They start like floating through the air. They almost look like they're alive. Almost like sometimes you have to like do a double take if it's a chipmunk or a leaf, and everything's like breathing and swaying back and forth. It's fucking awesome, and it's not scary. You don't. I mean, once again, be reasonable. Don't overdo it. No, you know, have a good friend that you trust and take a reasonable amount, and it is magnifique. I mean, you can't really have a better drug experience than that.
If it enhances.
Wait, hold on. The trees are breathing, man. I'm spitting fucking balls, man.
If it enhances what's already present in front of you, I'd be okay with it. But I don't want to see like weird stuff, or I don't want to maybe have something that's going to scare me and fright. You know, maybe I was in a bad mood and something now is amplified. You know, the bad trip, as they say.
I don't want to tell all. I have a couple of mushroom stories. I'll save for another day. But there is one I do want to that I was thinking of. I maybe did. Didn't do mushrooms a ton. I did it maybe like 10 times, maybe a half dozen times. It wasn't like a lot, but when I was in college, that was like the cool thing to do. And there was one time I did it, and this guy who was basically like the older gentleman, and he had young kids, who was like a friend of a friend or whatever, and he was stopping by where we lived, our off-campus house, and he brought his two kids, and he had these little redheaded twins with like almost like, I hate to say, Jufros, like they, kind of like the hair that kind of sticks up.
Right.
And I started like, and I took shrooms. I didn't know he was coming over with the kids, so we were just like hanging out in the yard or whatever. And I see, and the mushrooms had just started to happen. And then sometimes for people that have done shrooms, and if you ever seen that movie, Midsummer,
Right.
Midsummer is probably the best representation of like what a mushroom trip is. It's everything gets wavy. Like there's a part where they do like the tea or whatever, and everything gets wavy. That's exactly what a mushroom trip is like. And so the ground, the trees, everything was like wavy. And once again, it's not like you're not like seeing like pink elephants or anything. It's just everything feels like it's pulsating, whatever. And I'm looking at this like bush, like a hedgerow, and I see these like two little like redhead, like hairy little things like scrambling around, and
it's those kids.
And I thought I was like, I'm like, what the fuck is going? I'm like, I'm having visuals, and then it's these two little fucking Jewish kids with their fucking Jufros. It was.
I know what you're saying about the wavy, because I told my pot cookie story, and when I was in Reno,
it had a vein in it, man. The cloud had a vein.
I was in a casino playing blackjack, and my friend, I had a pot cookie that he gave me, and he told me don't leave the corner, and I ate like half of it because I was real hungry, and it didn't kick in right away. And then it was like what you're saying, everything was kind of wavy. You know, I was aware it wasn't a blackout thing, like a blackout drunk. I was aware of everything. I still remember it vividly. But yeah, the ground felt like it was kind of moving, and the ceiling, I'd look up to try to, ground myself into my surroundings, and the ceiling was wavy. So yeah, I get that about the waviness.
In his world all the fucking time. So here's the deal. I'm going to just say it now. I can't do any business, any whatsoever, with a friend of Dixon. I can't deal with them. I can't. They have a viewpoint.
Imagine being a 41-year-old man and you got some fucking mid bitch that tells you like who you can and cannot hang out with or do streams with or whatever. It's so bitch made to me. I mean, you got to really want that pussy. You got to be really addicted to this to be, just compromising yourself. It's so non-alpha. And I do hate alpha beta a little bit. It's
right.
I know it's kind of an obnoxious thing to say, but it's so pussy whipped attitude to just like acquiesce to a woman as a 41-year-old man. Like once you're in your 40s, like you shouldn't be acquiescing to some fucking bitch that you're dating. Pardon the terminology.
Right.
It's so antithetical to being a man. Wouldn't you agree, Deb? I mean, isn't it just
No,
pathetic?
I agree. And I mean, he talks about the valley of men and all this stuff. And he
valley of men.
And here he is like, oh, I gotta hide, and she's not gonna let me talk to Mersh, and she's not gonna let me go outside and play with people that play with Pat Dixon, and I gotta hide where the location. I gotta hide my location. It's ridiculous. And I just brought this up. Easy 123. Karm makes a face like Dixon with that eyebrow, and I noticed that too, and a lot of people did. I feel like she's molding him into being a facsimile of Pat Dixon. He's drinking the Red Bulls. He does that eyebrow. She took him for a cut. She took him for a haircut. She bought him new shirts.
That's really really creepy when you think of it that way.
Yeah.
It's almost like single white female shit, like where you're basically trying to create the facsimile of that person. And mold them in your mind, mold them in what you want them to be. Because that's kind of what she wanted to do to Pat Dixon. And he's like, well, I'm not going to do that.
The dates why. Now, Dan and I were talking about this actually. Remember, I think I was talking to you yesterday about this. I think he's stashing booze too. I think he has like the little airplane bottles and
totally.
Yeah. And he said there was a liquor store in that shopping center. So he dipped in there.
Did you ever have a relative that was like an alcoholic that used to stash booze like around the house?
You know what? My friend had a neighbor, beautiful woman, right? This neighbor, she was hardcore, and she lived on her own. But I guess her family would come by and check up on her, and she had a drug problem, and she ended up overdosing and stuff. But they used to find like Stuttering John levels of Coors Light cans and other liquor in the garbage. And they had their like 4 garbage pails, one for each apartment. This would be overflowing. She wouldn't put it out till real late at night when she knew the family wasn't going to stop by.
When my grandfather passed away, he had dementia, and he was they put him in a home or whatever. But then they sold the house. They found more eighths or whatever those smaller bottles of Crown Royal like stashed everywhere. Like there was one in the bath, like in the like little places in the bathroom and cabinets and closets. Like there, I mean, he had it was like find a Crown Royal in like every room.
Right.
A stash of one. No matter where he was, there was always going to be a Crown Royal that you could find that was stashed somewhere. Gina has a question for you.
I already read it. Asked Deb if she would be annoyed if a guy she met off the internet invited himself over and still hasn't left after 2 weeks. Yes. I get,
Well, we haven't talked about. I asked them. I even super chatted. Like, so have you guys talked about it? Like, do you have a plane ticket back yet? Do you know? Are you're either living together or you're? I mean, 2 weeks.
He's splitting his time. How's that? He's splitting his time. But he wasn't home all that much. I would be sick of him. I'll be honest with you.
It's a man-child.
Yeah. If somebody comes to visit me and they stay a week, the day they leave, as much as I've had fun and enjoyed them being here, I'm thrilled.
Isn't it a relief?
When it's so great
at the airport.
Yeah.
And it's like, God, thank God Aunt Esmeralda's gone. Or
yeah.
Oh, thank God. I can't, I got my freedom back. She must be so sick of living with this fucking clown.
He would just get on my nerves. It wouldn't matter who he was. He would get on my nerves. Like having any guests, even people you love, family, you're ready for them to go by a week. The Bubbler, $1.99. Thank you so much. Hey guys, miss you, Debbie. I miss you too.
Oh, Babla, we miss you too, Babla. Babla, if you want to come on sometime, let me know.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you on the show.
Do they still do the rival show on the forums?
Yeah, the knockoff show. No, I think they quit doing that. They weren't cut out for it.
Dang Lizard, thank you, buddy. 10 euros. Now I got it right. Just because Deb is back. Appreciate you, Deb. Good commentary. Thank you so much, Dang. And I'm so thrilled I made that list. I know it was AI and some things are arbitrary, like you said, but I am so grateful to be on that list. It just gives me a silly little, chest pounding source of prime. So thank you so much.
I feel like I got to play another interstitial just because of that.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of gay, but whatever.
I love that one. That would be Karmic in another world, living in the city.
Karmic would love that one. Maybe we should save that for next time if Karmic ever comes on. But so I want to play one last thing because we're coming up on the 2 hours, and we love to get in under 2 hours because we don't want to belabor the point. We don't want people to be sick of us. But I wanted to play the Chad thing. And I think most people have seen this at this point, but I still want to just get you, because we haven't had a chance to really talk about it. I wanted to get your evaluation of what it is that we're seeing here. So let me bring it up here. So for those that don't know, Chad Zumock is a streamer, a YouTube streamer. I think we all know that. And he is on hiatus, I think he said at one point. I think
he's taking a hiatus.
And he went back to Ohio to play pickup basketball with some old buddies, and also was hanging out with Swardson, his old buddy Swardson, who he opens up for on occasion. I guess they went to that Adam Sandler event, if I'm not mistaken.
In Cleveland, right? There was a comedy show.
Yeah, in Cleveland there was a comedy show, and this hot Carl Ferrara, who I think is a stand-up, or maybe he's like the host of one of the comedy places. I checked his YouTube, or excuse me, his Instagram out. Mm-hmm. He's definitely comedy adjacent.
Okay.
I always love these comedy guys that they've got the Canva, on the Instagram. They've got all their little, because we did one for that thing at AC. The Canva.
We did the Canva thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like total. It's like, oh, that's cute for, whoever's doing your club this week. But he took this, Instagram video of an appearance of Chad Zumock and Swardson out around Cleveland. So let's just play this. And I want to get your thoughts on what we're seeing here.
Are you performing? Oh, yeah, I'm a seller.
First off, keep an eye closely on Chad's hands. He doesn't really know where to put his hands, I noticed, and they seem to be hovering around his penis area quite often here in this video.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, we're done.
And then he's doing the zip. Isn't he nervous? And Deb, you've met Chad before. What's he like in person?
With me, he's pretty good. He seemed, the first time I met him, he seemed a little awkward, to be honest, like a little nervous, but very, very friendly. I've always said that. He's been nothing but nice to me. I don't want to speculate.
What did he say? Didn't you ask him to get a drink with him or something? Like, what did he say?
I did.
How did that go?
First time I met him, I said, hey, next time, you're in town, let's grab a drink. And he seemed a little uncomfortable with that.
You got a little squirrely, didn't you? You got a little squeamish?
A little but he didn't know me, so I'm going to give him, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. It was the first time I met him. He's very comfortable meeting me now. And like I said, he's always been nothing but nice, friendly. With this video, I have seen it. He looks nervous and his body language is closed in, like if he could make himself small, like he's like, like this, like all squeezed in. And
He's all
You-
scrunched up, and because he probably wants to look skinny, right? He wants to look like a.
He looks pretty
little twink.
good. I mean,
He does look good. He
looks
definitely
great. I think he
yeah.
looks good. You know, he lost weight. He looks good. Whether he's working out or Ozempic or a little of both. I'm not a fan of the O. I'm not a fan.
Ozempic, you know.
I'm not a fan of the O because I don't know really what the side effects are. You know, for people, I think some people that are on it, they age and their face looks like drawn. It's kind of like the people that have this surgery and they lose all the weight real fast. Nick makes him jerk off while he drinks coffee the morning after he pounded his ass. The weirdest thing with Chad was the time they traded hats.
That was like
to me, that was the weirdest thing.
Yes. So you know, you hear people sometimes say that kissing is more intimate than actual sex. You know,
Yes.
it's almost like a more intimate act to like, you know, really go, you know, really make out with someone. Wearing another dude's hat is basically more intimate to me than a lot of gay sex acts. I mean, it's a weird. I would never think about wearing another man's hat because people know I'm a hat guy. I'm always wearing hats. I've been a hat guy for 20 years.
I love hats.
I would
Hats
never
are great.
switch hats with dudes. Like that's weird. It's you sweat in there, and you might have, you know, people have issues in their head and stuff. Switching a hat with a guy is a very weird behavior, I think. Very suspect.
Well, you know, on the other hand, you have a friend, you know him well, you know he doesn't have lice, but I don't know. Guys switching hats, that's kind of weird. That is weird. I mean, I've had, you know, boyfriends where I say, "Oh, I love that hat." You know, I mean, have it.
But you're not. But that's different. That's
Right.
different. Even to a chick is different.
Right.
Two dudes, two bros broing out, and you're like you're playing switch to hats. That's gay. That is a gay.
You would not switch
gay
hats.
act.
You would not ever switch hats with your best guy friend. Even though he might have this great hat.
I mean, are we gonna jerk each other off afterwards? Like
no, just like he's got this hat and you love it. And
I would go out if I like that hat enough.
You'll go out and buy it.
Maybe
Right.
I would go out and buy it, and even that would be kind of gay because then I'm like stealing his style. I would get something different that maybe was derivative of that. It's just copying another dude's hat, whether you're physically copying it or buying the same hat. That is a homosexual act as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, beloved chatter, you're right. Wearing another dude's hat is like wearing his underwear, except it's never been washed.
That sums it up, beloved chatter. I can't disagree with you.
Beloved chatter, when's the boxing match gonna happen?
Yeah, please tell me. Please tell me you're gonna fucking molly wallop Chad here. By the way, beloved chatter, loved you in Moonraker. Loved you in the James Bond movie. That was a joke I've been trying to make happen for a while because he's big like Jaws. I don't know if you know Jaws from
Yes.
movies.
Yeah. I was told that beloved chatter was like a big in stature kind of guy. What I would like to see, and it's not my fight, and I'm not setting it up, but I'd like to see them go out to Minnesota and have a sanctioned boxing match with
Coach
Scott.
Yep.
That's all.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That is hilarious. Seriously. And hi, Carl. Obviously, I'm opening up
He's so fidgety. He's doing the zipper. Hi, hot Carl.
for him. Not
This is perfect timing. Look at this like weird. He's like all giddy. He's like a little giddy little kid.
I think he likes the attention. Yeah.
He does anything. This and once again, we're doing like the movie thing again, or we're doing the fiction. We're choose your own adventure.
Right.
He's really kind of doing this. Like I'm the twink thing. Like he almost wants to make him.
He's doing
look
like
a twink.
you know, it as a female. Okay, I've had boyfriends that were successful, and you go to a big party, you don't know anybody, and everybody's coming up to them like, hey, you know, talking to make it small talk. You kind of just stand there and you know, look as pretty as you can, and you don't want to interrupt. You don't know these people if they're talking about business, making deals, whatever they're doing. You kind of just stand there but you're not really sure you might not be so self-assured to know what to do with yourself.
Calling a guy hot Carl, not gay. Wearing hot Carl's hat, gay.
Where we
One of these days I'll get as good as Chad with my Roadcaster. I'm still not that good.
I think we should retire some of the sounds.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Somebody in the chat earlier said they don't like the applause one, and I'm kind of tired of it too.
Okay, how about this one?
We need a new one. Is that the red bar?
That's the red bar, right?
All right, the red bar stays.
We'll keep the red bar. I like this one. I gotta figure out a way to use. That's Undertaker's bell.
Okay, that sounds good.
Here's Dan Mullen again.
I have do you have the Kumia when he was chasing Danny Brand, the laugh? That's a good one to have. I have a sound drop.
2:30 a.m. Alfred Hitchcock. Twix bar. Perfect night.
Perfect night.
Yeah, because I like you very much. I didn't want, and I think you're a genius. I genuinely do. Right.
That one doesn't come through good. That one was like
that one's
low.
Yeah, that one I might get rid of. This one I will never get rid of. This is one of my favorites. Actually, I think I had the audio down anyway, so let me play this one.
For I just want it's PrEP. It's so you don't get HIV, and I'm negative.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's wrap up with Chad.
I think Melton uses that one.
That
All
one's
right,
a good one, yeah.
We'll wrap this up and then we'll say our plugs and our goodbyes.
Hey, wait, have you ever been a little Italy here? No, I don't imagine you have. I've really been to Cleveland. Look at him. I've only been to Cleveland maybe once or twice. When's the last time you performed here? I don't even know. He did the Lorraine Theater.
Swartzen looks like shit. Look, he just looks terrible. Go back. Like real. We supposedly quit drinking. Look, he looks terrible.
Yeah, he looks really bad.
Like real bloated. He supposedly quit drinking, so he's either stashing bottles like Karm, or allegedly, or
and he's out of the closet. He's like legit, or he's in the glass closet, right? Swartzen. Right. It's like the most worst kept secret in comedy, or that he's a gay
it's
man,
like
right?
You know what? It's as secret as the Harvey Weinstein.
And
stuff.
I'm not trying to do like bash like once again. We love the gays here, but he's a gay man. Like that's not even really up for debate at this point.
Yeah.
So, and once again, we're not. I'm not there in person, but yeah, he does look awful. He also you can tell too the T-shirt. It's like he's so fat now with his head that he's got
the stretch neck and neck. That's like a Stuttering John shirt with the Stuttering John doesn't know how to do with the collars and the necks are stretched out. Okay.
When's the last time you performed here? I don't even know. He did the Lorraine Theater.
And this is another very gay thing that Chad just did. He just Swartzen
answered the question, right?
Swartzen said, "I don't remember," and then Chad said, "No, he did it on this day." Like this, like little prissy kind of like answering for Swartzen.
But
like he doesn't need you to answer for him, Chad.
He doesn't need him to answer, but Swartzen didn't remember, so Chad provided the context. And
want to read Deng?
I do. I was hovering over it there. I didn't know if you were going to play a Chad sound or what. Deng Lizard, $10, €10. Thank you so much. Why is Chad playing around with his thing? He is on hiatus to recover his butt from the Swartzen treatment, right? So
I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Yeah, he's on hiatus to recover from the butt. He does look a little bit like he's kind of got his butt cheeks clenched a little, the way he's sort of standing.
Doing like the Kegels.
It's kind of, and he's also doing sort of like a little penguin-y kind of, keep the hands.
I feel like he's just like I said before, he's making himself small. That body language is very inward.
Well, Swartzen doesn't want a porker. He wants a twink. He wants a nice skinny boy.
Maybe Swartzen is paying, if he's on Ozempic, maybe Swartzen pays for it.
Oh, interesting theory.
Yeah.
So he pays for the opening gigs, not in cash, but in Ozempic. In Ozempic
That was one of the last shows that was that before sobriety or pre-COVID? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Are you performing? No, I'm just hanging out. That's homeless.
No, I'm just hanging out. No, I'm not. I'm not doing any gigs. Just hanging out. Just hanging out with my friend Nick. Just a couple of dudes just broing out. Just doing some antiquing, walking around. What do bros do? You know, just hanging.
Let's get you a fucking gig.
He would be if you didn't help him out.
It's been. All right, we don't need any more hot Carl.
Oh, that
So,
was
yeah,
hardcore.
so-
I thought it was OP gonna come up.
Oh,
All
is
right.
that OP?
No, I think it's hardcore.
Yeah, so that was that's what Chad's up to. Chad asked me to come on his show, go one-on-one. He's been talking a big game. I'll go one-on-one. Anybody, I'll go Mike Battle. I sent him a super chat. He said, "Hey, come on my show." And I said, "Okay, I'll come on." And then he blocked me the next day. And now he's ducking me. He's scared of the Dan Man. What can I say? He's scared of number 138. He's scared of the $2 fuck face. So Chad, if you're out there, if you see this, I'm waiting. Hit me up anytime, any day, any place. I told him, I said, anytime after October 1st, because I was finishing up the quarter at work. Said once we get in October, you name the day and the time, and I will be there. And let's fucking do it. And yeah, and we'll make it happen. But he chickened out because that's what Chad does, because Chad's a coward. So
Well,
that's it.
do you think? So I mean, I know that he's not gonna fight beloved Chatter, but
No, he talks a big game, and then he's gonna duck it out. It's not ever gonna happen. So it's a fairy tale.
yeah,
Deb, are you gonna do Sunday brunch again soon? Like, what's going on with that?
Football season.
Football season. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Football season. So
Yeah,
after,
yeah.
yeah. It was
I
stupid to
might
do
do
that
it.
now.
I might actually, honestly, I might do it like on an off night, random night, and still call it Sunday brunch and keep the sequence. But I might, like, if I feel like streaming. I wanted to, haven't done it in so long. This was kind of like get back on the horse, hair of the dog, whatever you want to call it. And, you know.
Are you going to be doing any other shows coming up, or are there any shows that you want to do?
Want to do, I mean, there's always shows I like, wish list shows, but
who's on your wish list?
Well, my wish list would be like doing